to talk about the plants you need to avoid, but here's why you want to avoid them. They're going to take over your space.
Yeah, so you know what, a lot of the times when you're out there selecting plants for your garden, you're looking for those ones that are easy to grow in. And I want to make gardening the most easy experience as possible. Right. We want to pick with the right plant for the right place. But there are some plants out there that once they get happy, they actually can take over a space. And not only can they take over a space in your own home garden, a lot of the times they could also invade wetlands, they could invade some forests and things like that as well. So we got to be very careful.
Gentle ecosystems that need to sort of be balanced, and they come in there and they just run the place.
They do. And you know, a lot of the times when you look at tags, and you'll see a tag that says, this is a vigorous plant.
Yes.
Sometimes vigor means, my goodness.
Stay away.
If you look at this, here's a good indication. Guess the name of this plant?
What is it?
You can know it right on the tag there. Look, you want to guess it?
Snow on the mountain?
Snow on the mountain, also known as goutweed.
Oh.
So anytime that a plant has the word weed in it, probably a good idea to avoid. I just want to show you how much vigor this plant has. You can see that this one here wants to, it's like ready to get the heck out of there. It wants to go. But this one here, for instance, can really take over an area, meaning that it's going to then go over into your lawn and other areas. So there are some settings that this would work. For instance, underneath some trees or an area where you just want to take over a space and not have any weeds grow, maybe for that setting, but you always got to make sure you keep it contained.
Got it.
You have over there a silver lace vine. Some of the vines out there, they're great vines. You think a vertical space that's going to give me white blooms, but this guy here has runner roots. So what happens is it then sends those roots down. It sends them over to your yard, your neighbor's yard, the next door neighbor's yard, the neighbors down the road's yard, and then all of a sudden it can actually take out, it can damage things too. It can actually pull things down, even pull down an eaves trough on a home.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you got to be very, very careful.
Once they take root, they're powerful, right?
Yeah, and same with another vine right there. So this is Virginia creeper.
Looks beautiful.
As soon as you hear the name creeper,
she's a creeper.
When has a creeper ever been good for you?
Never.
Yeah.
We don't like the creepers.
Yeah, this guy here as well. Great vine in the right place, but in the wrong place can go into the lawn, up the wall, all over the place. So you got to be very careful. This is another one, which is called ajuga, also known as bugleweed.
Right.
Get the thing? Bugleweed.
So whenever there's a weed in the title, maybe be a little bit
more wary. So you have to be a
little bit wary.
Yeah, this is a good ground cover. You know, another good ground cover, and these are for shade. So this is lily of the valley.
Nice.
And lily of the valley, look at that nice little flower there. It looks cute.
Oh, it's pretty.
But that there could go in the lawn very easily, but in a nice spot in the right location where you can actually edge that bed out. That's when it's going to be okay. So let's say that we want to get rid of lily of the valley. How are we going to do that? So what we have to do is we know that a plant gets all its energy through the leaves. So we got to constantly remove the foliage off the plant. By removing the foliage off the plant, we starve the roots of any of the energy. That can take 3 to 5 years.
To starve it.
To get rid of this plant would take 3 to 5 years of constant work. So before you plant something, get to know your plants. Another one too is sweet woodruff. You know, nice white flowering plant. Looks great. But this in the wrong location can overtake an area quite easily.
All right.
And as well as this guy over here, the chameleon plant. You know, this one here, another one that's called vigor. And look at that. You can see just how vigor it is. When they're growing out of the bottom of pots.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen in your garden. So is there any way to actually contain, like if you wanted to use some of these beautiful plants per ground cover, is there anything you can do? If you use a stone retaining wall, is there anything you can do to keep it?
Great points, yeah.
Yeah.
So you actually can have a dedicated garden space that does have some, an edger. So even by digging down the edge and making sure that as soon as that plant sends a little bit of roots over here, you're constantly removing,
Get in there.
But this is work. You know, when people tell you that there's a no maintenance garden, they're full of crap. There's no such thing. All gardens need work. And these plants here are the ones that they look good from the start, kind of like some people that we know. They look good from the start, but all of a sudden they're a lot of work. They're high maintenance. So these guys here, they'll be low maintenance in terms of they'll take care of that area.
Yes.
But they're going to be one that always got to be kept in check. Kept in check. You got to keep on top. If you're somebody that likes to leave for the summer months and let these guys run they will, and they will all over the place.
The only low maintenance garden is basically a paved one, right?
But that's, you know what, gardens,
it's not even a garden anymore.
It's not even a garden. Gardens, you know, it's a physical outdoor leisure activity.
It's a living thing.
And it's something that's going to make you feel great, make things look great, and it's something that's good for the environment overall, but just you got to do it right, and we want to make it enjoyable for you.
Absolutely.